What's up? It's Ali. Welcome back to even more club meetings. When we last left off, I think we only had, what, 2 episodes left? Let me just do my dumb can't remember anything thing. Let's try to make sure it's okay. I'm just gonna make some out about the wine incident. Yeah. Wait, it does. And then, let's see, episode 11, Monica debuts her mod that ships everyone to everyone else. Yuri and Natsuki talk about staying true to yourself. So Yuri makes some serious decisions. Alright, yeah, that sounds like where we are. Let's go!
Oh, hello! I didn't think you'd be here so soon after my little splash message. It's so good to see you. I'm about to leave for school. I was just thinking it had been a while since you had come over here to see me. Not that you have any control over it, of course. I was a little worried that maybe you wouldn't come back after last week. Hearing about my little escape program and all. Look, about that, you should know something about me. I hate death. Not like I'm afraid of it, though I don't really want to die, but I hate it as a concept. Do you remember when you first had to deal with death? Maybe the first pet or something? I remember my first pet dying. It was awful. I don't deal well with death. I resent it as a concept. It's terribly tragic to me that everything that lives has to die. In fact, everything has to die, even the things that don't live. Even the universe will die. Sorry, I know this is really angsty stuff, but it's important that you understand. I hate death. Sometimes I see all this death-positive culture stuff where people explain that death is a natural part of life and so on. And all the stories and movies where people say you can't have living without dying, so many of those. I've never agreed. Death is awful, and we should get rid of it.
Good luck with that.
If we could. Anyway, I hate death. I haven't had a pet since my first one because I don't want to deal with the dying part. And I'm a vegetarian because I kill the fewest things that way.
That's not the reason you said in the base game, Monica. You said it was because you were fighting the industry. You can't put one over on me club meetings. Oh, and by the way, if you ever want to get desensitized to death as, like, a kid or whatever, well, I guess it's too late if you're an adult hearing this, but I was raised with mice as pets, and I gotta tell you, the turnover on rodents for, like, living and dying is immense. So, as gruesome as it is, small pets like that are actually really good for, like, teaching younger kids about death and stuff.
Although I still have to kill plants, and even that I resent. Just part of our really messed up universe where you have to eat other living things just to stay alive. So, knowing all that, hopefully you can understand just how bad things would have to get in order for me to contemplate suicide. And things really were that bad for a while. They were so bad that the mere idea that I might ever go back to feeling like that made me feel the need to ensure I always had a way out. Even if that's death, which I hate so much. Even if it's just the death of a bundle of data like myself. So you can understand that this is only something I would do if I were really desperate. And I'm not desperate anymore. I actually am starting to feel kind of okay with things. I mean, I'm still painfully aware every day that I'm sitting in a visual novel, but I guess I'm learning to live with that. Anyway, I just wanted you to know that that program isn't anything I'm considering using.
Then get rid of it.
You give me more than enough reason to carry on. There is one thing that troubles me a little, though. Yuri mentioned that it was unfair that my program messed with their character files again. And I suppose that might be true. All it does is set it so that they won't be sad or upset about me being gone. That way it wouldn't be painful for them. I thought maybe that would be a kind thing to do if I ever did have to use that program. But now after hearing Yuri talk about it, I'm beginning to have my doubts. What do you think?
Shouldn't mess with their character files even to help them. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that seems right. No matter how noble it may seem to me, it's going to be a while before I feel okay with tampering with anyone's character files variables. For obvious reasons. I still don't even know enough to do it safely, I think. Although I'm pretty sure that the changes in the escape plan program are safe. But then again, maybe it would have knock-on effects I can't predict. So yeah, Yuri's probably right. Anyway, on to happier things. Are you looking forward to club today? We're all a little stressed because finals are next week. But club should be a nice, fun stress reliever. Plus, I've written a pretty silly, fun mod that I think you'll enjoy. Thank you so much for continuing to come back to visit. It means a lot to me. And all the rest of us. I'm going to get going to school now, but I'm sure I'll see you before too long. Take care of yourself. I'm glad you understand, Monica. Now let's keep reviewing the plan. Alright, so at this point, Siri will be coming out of her house. Yuri will make sure that she's late by keeping her texting on the phone. I don't know why you think I'll be any good at keeping her on the phone. Because you never text. She'll be astonished that you're being so talkative. And she'll be compelled to respond. Now, this is the point where Monica will come in with the syrup. The what? The syrup, Monica. We've been over this 1,000 times. Now, what you're going to do is... and the bundle of balloons. That part is important because it has to float. Otherwise, MC will never see it. I'm not clear exactly on why he needs to see it. Because once he sees it, the overwhelming probability is that he will go towards it. Because all of that, hanging from a bunch of balloons in midair, is weird. And so he'll go over there and run accidentally into Sayori? Yes, assuming you're able to keep her on the phone for long enough to get the timing right.
This sounds incredibly harebrained.
Leave it to me. That's what I like to hear. I still don't see how the syrup is relevant. For the 1,000th time, after they run into each other, that's when you sneak up with the syrup. So, all of that gets them back together as a couple? How exactly? Well, after everyone's had a hearty laugh, I'll say something like, well, after that, we should probably leave you two to yourselves. And then the inherent romantic attraction they share will kick in. They'll be powerless to resist. But none of that changes Sayori's existing relationship. And it doesn't get rid of whatever drove Sayori to seek refuge in a relationship with Kenzo in the first place. Look, Monica, you're looking at it way too analytically. Like, yes, Sayori has this other relationship, she's probably in it for some weird Sayori reason, blah blah blah. But look, we're taking it as a given that she and MC obviously love each other under all of this. And they would have shown each other that a long time ago, except for shyness and awkwardness. And now the world is inspired to make their love difficult. So what we have to do is engineer a situation that gets them into close contact, and provides them with a little push towards intimacy due to a shared unusual situation.
I like how Yuri's just kind of sitting here smiling, probably like nodding along with everything Natsuki's saying.
And then their own feelings will take care of the rest. I cannot be the only person who thinks this is ridiculous. People don't make important decisions based on random spur-of-the-moment impulses.
Oh, they certainly do. It is tragically true.
Which involve balloons and syrup.
Okay, maybe not that part.
And toast. And toast, yes. Natsuki, she obviously made the decision she has for some reason. And without solving whatever that problem is, you're not going to get her together with MC. Honestly, I'm not sure either of them even wants you to. Of course they do! The only reason this will work is that they are desperately in love with each other. They just need an excuse for it to come out. And I will give them that excuse. I don't know. It sounds awfully speculative to me. Yuri, back me up on this. Well, I can't say that I think that Natsuki's weirdly specific plan is the best way to go about it, but I think that in general she has the right idea. I really do think they love each other, and have only concealed it due to unfortunate circumstance. And given the right provocation, they might be induced to tell each other the truth. I don't think that Sayori really cares much for Kenzo, even though he's a nice boy. And honestly, he looks really weirdly like MC, which is telling. I know, right? So while I think that the details of Natsuki's plan, maybe need some work, in general I think she has the right idea. If we're going to try and get them together, we should try to get them to overcome that inertia they have towards the subject. Maybe we can refine the plan after we study for finals at Monica's house today. We're still doing that, right? Yep, as far as I'm concerned. Aw man, I had managed to forget about finals for a while. And then you guys had to go and remind me of it. If you studied more, you wouldn't have to worry so much about finals. Which is why we're making you come with us today. I promise we can talk about your zany scheme afterwards. But we need to actually do studying also. That's right. With all of us working together, we can get a lot done. And we're actually going to study this time, Monica, for longer than 30 minutes. I still remember what happened last time we tried to study together. But what happened the last time you guys tried to study together? Oh, after like half an hour, Monica started distracting me with fiction books and a video game. I ended up getting through like one math chapter. And then I woke up sleeping on Monica's floor.
Hey, that's a reference to the art that were posted on Little Monix's Twitter account. Yeah, that one.
Haha, yep, I even got a picture of you sleeping. It's pretty cute. Wanna see?
Or is it gonna show it?
No, I'd rather you delete it. Fair enough, I'll get rid of it right now. Wait, I'm curious. Let me see first. Here you go.
Monica shows Natsuki the picture.
Haha, you're right. That's totally adorable. Don't worry, Yuri. We'll actually study this time. Or at least we will for significantly longer than last time. After all, we've got to hammer out Natsuki's completely insane plan that will never work. It will work! It will work. I hate finals. I'm so nervous.
That sounded too much like Sayori. Apparently this is a girl, but I don't know what voice I'm going to give her if I even want to.
I think I will count calculus, but history always messes me up. I had such a hard time keeping things straight, you know? Have you guys been studying a lot?
Ugh, yeah. I've been hitting the books pretty hard. I'm trying not to overdo it and to make sure I stay sane and take breaks. But I've got a lot of anxiety about my grades. So fear and panic have been really good at getting me to study hard.
I hear that. What about you, Sayori? I haven't been studying at all.
Wow, Sayori, that's living dangerously even by your standards. Well, hold on a minute. Why do you guys even care about, like, the results of your finals or whatever? Aren't you just, like, living in, like, a same constant loop of the same school year over and over again? So, like, there's literally no consequence. In fact, you could probably get to, like, a certain point in the school year where you just say the hell with it and just go do whatever you want for the rest of your lives, because it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, it just doesn't seem like that big a deal anymore, you know?
Oh, maybe she's onto it.
Finals are still important, Sayori. They determine your grades, which can determine your college and your job. It's like your whole future on a piece of paper. I try not to worry so much about my future these days. It freaks me out. Plus, I figure I'm not really smart enough to benefit from studying. Either I know a thing from class or I don't. And if I don't know about it, trying to figure it out on my own usually helps. Gosh, I wish I was as brave as you, Sayori. I'm too scared not to study. It's not really bravery. I just kind of don't care anymore, I guess.
You should still care about your grades, Sayori. We never know when they'll really matter, you know?
No, it's not that. It's just, even ignoring that, it's sometimes hard for me to stay focused on anything that's not in the immediate present, you know?
Everyone.
I kinda lost what you guys are talking about.
Oh, don't worry about it. Kind of an inside joke, I guess.
Sarah didn't seem to think it was very funny. So how are things going with you, Rai? I don't know. How's Pete? Oh, he's great. He's still learning going to the bathroom inside, but he's so lovely.
Must be a pet.
Pete is Rai's new dog.
I gathered.
Well, I should probably get going. I definitely need more caffeine before the next period starts. Good luck on finals if I don't see you before then, guys. And I say you better make Sayori study.
I will. Bye, Rai. See, it rhymes. It's gotta be right. Rai leaves Sayori and I'm still alone in the bathroom. We should probably be more careful about implied references to our situation.
Yeah. Are you serious about making me study?
Kind of, a little bit. You really should study, you know. Things do seem to carry forward in a weird way, even if we repeat the school year over and over again.
Yeah, I know. But recently I don't have the energy. And it doesn't seem to me like I need to spend the energy on that, I guess.
Well, I'll be keeping an eye on you. If you ever do get the energy to study, let me know, okay? I'm happy to help if you want.
Oh, don't worry about me. I don't even care what happens on my finals. It's you I'm worried about. You need to take good care of yourself.
Hey, I'm not the one who's skipping studying.
I didn't just mean with studying. I meant in general, in your life. Don't work yourself too hard or get too fearful or upset about any one given thing, like finals. It's not healthy.
I won't.
Good. I'll catch up with you later. I need to go talk to Kenzo for a bit. So, have you given any more thought to what I said? About, me having depression?
I have. Like I said before, it's kind of a lot to drop on a guy, so I'm still kind of reflecting on it, you know? I really still don't know how to respond much, I guess. Maybe I can think about it some more and we can talk about it when I come over today.
Sure, that sounds good. Sorry if I weirded you out. It was just something that needed to be said.
Oh, for sure. Just not sure what to say. Never been in a situation like this. Gotta run. I'll see you after you're done with your club, okay?
Okay. Translation: I am weirded out and I have no idea what to do with the information you gave me. But at the same time, what should I expect? It's not like you picked him for his deep emotional intelligence or anything. Well, I guess it doesn't matter that much. I'll just see him after school and whatever happens, happens. Man, I feel so weirdly free. My depression hasn't been bothering me at all. Wish I could feel like this every day. But I guess I should just enjoy it while I still can.
Natsuki is practicing basketball free throws over and over again. She misses a lot.
You sure do work a lot on sports.
Maybe I do. Why?
I guess that's my question. Why?
Well, before I answer that, tell me something. You never come into the gym unless the school makes you. Why did you suddenly just appear behind me to ask me this?
Well, to be perfectly honest, I've been noticing that you're in here a lot more, and I guess I was curious as to why. Although I have my theories.
Well, your theories are probably right. Yes, I have been smoking less, and that leaves me feeling really agitated and needing to do something to get my mind off of it. So I come here and shoot hoops or jump rope to get this energy out.
Well, that's very responsible of you.
Yeah. There's another reason, though.
What's that?
Well, people are always judging me by how I look. Being short and stuff.
You know that when I say things like that, I'm only teasing, right?
Yup. That's why you're still alive. But anyway, it means something to me to be able to prove those people wrong. They think a girl like me shouldn't be able to play basketball or be any good in athletics, generally. So it's important to me that I be able to blow up their expectations of me, you know?
Yeah, I think I get it. You know, Natsuki, it seems to me that you want very much to be free of what other people think and expect of you. You want to have the power to be your own person and define yourself. And that's very noble. But I wonder, you spend so much time trying to defeat other people's expectations, doesn't that kind of shackle you to them? Sometimes the way you get so caught up in defining other people's image of you that you become enslaved to those images, even though you're trying to destroy them. You spend so much time here working on athletics to prove those people wrong, but what if they didn't perceive you that way in the first place? What would you do if you didn't have those people to worry about at all? Who would you want to be if you were the only one whose expectations mattered?
Normally, I guess you'd expect me to argue with you here, but you're sort of right. I've actually thought about this a lot myself. I do kind of end up defining myself by what other people think, even if it's trying to negate what other people think. I guess in a way that is kind of a different way of defining yourself by other people's opinions. But after I thought about it a while, I realized I think that who I am, deep down, is someone who defines herself by proving other people wrong about her. I guess I'm not sure what I'd do without that tension. But showing people up for assuming shit about me is the authentic Natsuki.
That's good to know. I'm glad you've thought about stuff like this. With all the business of you dealing with those other popular girls, I was worried you might be losing yourself a little.
Yeah, for a while I was worried I was losing myself a little too. But I think I understand myself a little better now.
That makes me glad. Well, I'd better get out of here before someone notices. Can't ruin my image in other people's minds of being a bookish shut-in after all.
Bye, Yuri. Natsuki dribbles the ball a couple times and shoots again. And this time it goes in. Yay.